Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the RAD Cast. I'm Andrew Dimalanta, my friends call me Rogue Leader.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta, and everybody calls me Dimmy.
Happy Halloween!
Oh my goodness.
And I'm already sweating.
I know.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw you, even with the fan on, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, there's not many outfits. Well, I mean, the Han outfit. Maybe else there's no.
She wants to be a Jedi.
Yeah. Little girl wants me to be a Jedi this year.
Our costumes were pre-picked.
Yes. Lucky for me, I already had a Jedi outfit.
About a month ago.
Yeah.
I don't know what we were watching. We were watching
Star Wars. Surprise.
I think we were watching Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Because our daughter has always liked Rey, and she always liked Ahsoka. Mm-hmm. And I think she was watching. She wanted to see Ahsoka or something.
Yeah. And
so I think we were watching Clone Wars, and then she was just like, "I want to be Rey for Halloween." Andrew shit himself, and then, long story short, she was like, I want mommy to be Ahsoka and I want daddy to be a Jedi.
I can do that.
Sure.
I can definitely do that.
So,
no work for daddy.
No work for daddy, just a little bit of sweat.
That's why I love her.
Just a little bit of sweat.
I'm not wearing my robe though. If she's asking for the robe, it's like, whoa, no, daddy's not wearing the robe.
It's a little warm.
A little.
If it was 65, 70, it might be doable.
It was around that when we went to Celebration, and I was still sweating wearing that thing. I barely wore that thing at Celebration. Like I had it in our bag, but I was like, I took it out for a couple of pictures to pose with a couple of other friends that we met out there. And I'm like, all right, I'm taking this thing off.
It would need to be like 40 or 50 for it to be like, ooh, this is comfy.
Yeah, because this is already warm enough. Yeah, and this is I think I've described before. This undershirt really isn't a shirt at all. It's like a bib.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a full shirt. Mm-mm. It just drapes. It probably ends at your chest.
It ends like right here.
Oh, okay.
And like, because this tunic, I think I've described it before. It actually came with a ribbon to make this thing, and it would slip all the time. And I was like, that's not convincing. I need something that stays still. And it wasn't the kind of material that I like, because the material for this is awesome. Mm-hmm. And it's very convincing. So
and we constructed our little girl's Rey outfit out of a pillowcase.
Yes,
because she's so small, and we just cut up a pillowcase.
Yeah,
in an ingenious way, I think.
Yeah,
and then had my grandma, my mom, help us with the hemming, because I don't have that mom ability unlocked yet. I can do a simple stitch, but I think even that I'm making it up. But yeah, one day I'll unlock that ability.
Yeah, achievement.
My achievement. I haven't gotten there quite yet. I'm still on the newer side of momdom.
Yeah.
If in the grand scheme of things, but yeah, I like Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because it means we're entering into that
holiday, the
last
official
quarter
holiday
of the
season.
year of the calendar year. You're entering into the holiday season. Usually entering into cooler weather. Usually. But my problem with Halloween is that I enjoy it. I enjoy the time of year. I want to be a spooky girl.
Yeah.
But I can't, because I get scared. Like, I want to watch scary movies. I love to do the Halloween Horror Nights thing. But I get scared.
Yeah, horror has never been a thing of ours.
No.
It's like, of all the genres of movies, like I always skip horror films, unless it was because there are very few horror films that I watch that I really like.
Different types of horror.
Yeah, like thrillers I like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, horror thriller. I think those are. Yeah.
Can you think of a horror thriller off the top of your brain, or not so much? Because I know there's a whole bunch of subgenres.
Yeah, I the last couple by what's his name, Peele. Is that
Jordan Peele?
Yeah, Jordan Peele.
Oh, okay.
The last couple of he's done. I haven't seen his latest one of Nope. I haven't seen that one yet.
You saw Us with the scissors?
I saw Us, and I saw It Fall. And It Fall wasn't it? It was Us and what was it? The first one he did.
It wasn't Us?
No.
Muse?
No.
I don't know, because he has like those one word titles.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was Us was good. The one before that, the name escapes me right now. It'll come to me in the middle of the episode. Like, oh yeah, it's this. But,
it's the one with the guy and the family.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Sorry, somebody out there is screaming at their computer or their TV right now.
On their phone, like, it's this, dummies.
Game Get out.
Get out. That's what it is. Thank you.
See, we were limiting ourselves thinking it was just one word.
Yeah.
Get out.
Yeah, Get Out. I really enjoyed both of those. Those were really good. It Follows is fantastic. I really like that one.
I remember there was a time when you were like heavily into like movie reviews and stuff that you did like, ooh, let me do some scary movies for this time of year.
Yeah.
And now you watch like the Babadook and stuff
Yeah, no,
like
because
that.
it was a collaboration with my buddy Josh Wingard. I think that's how you pronounce his name. We were both like new to the scene, and we're like, hey, let's do a collab because that's YouTube.
What you do.
That's what you did with YouTube when you try to get followers. You collab with other YouTubers, and we ranked the top 10 horror films, and that's what we did. So
I didn't watch them with you.
yeah,
'Cause I would
Babadook
get
was
spooked.
Babadook was spooky, but like in a creepy way. It wasn't jumps. I don't remember being a whole lot of jump scares for the Babadook.
See, I don't like the jump
Yeah,
scares.
that's what I really don't like.
I don't like
But
it.
Babadook was creepy.
I feel like sometimes they can probably be done better than other times, but I feel like a lot of times it's cheap.
Yeah.
And it's a cheap way to make people feel the rush of like, oh, you got me, you scared me. Like,
And that's I think that's what people chase sometimes is that
like, oh, adrenaline type rush.
yeah.
There's other ways.
I don't enjoy it. I'll ride a roller coaster or something.
There's other ways. I don't want to be scared.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just telling my mom about it the other day because my mom is into scary movies.
Yeah.
Didn't get that gene from her.
No.
Because my dad does not do scary movies. I think I got it from him or maybe the absence of it. But I was telling her the other day, like, I don't know if it's because I'm a mom. Like after having a kid, I even less want to do horror movies because thinking about her being out in the world one day and thinking about the state of the world right now. And there's a lot of things out there that are shitty. You know, I feel like there's enough out there to be scared of in a real life that I don't need to be scared artificially. So, you know.
Yeah.
And all these like the Dahmer movie that came out and like I really don't like the movies that like glorify almost like glamorize and
sort of like bring light to not
like I watched the
they put
one
a spotlight on like
like almost like celebrity serial killers.
Yeah.
Like I watched that one, I forget what it's called because I think it has a longer name, but that one where Zac Efron was Ted Bundy. Like I watched that and it's like how can you're casting this hot guy?
Yeah.
I mean, Ted Bundy, that was his thing, was that he was an attractive,
a good looking
moderately
guy.
good looking, attractive dude. And that was part of his shtick. But like, Zac Efron? Like,
I actually walked in on you watching because I think I came in the part where she was asking what happened to.
I already don't remember what happened in that movie.
Yeah, she was asking what happened to that one person, like what happened to her or what happened to her head or something. And he writes on like the glass, he goes hacksaw, and then she's like, and he erases it or something.
I don't remember.
You don't remember that at all?
Nope.
That's the part I walked in on. I was like, oh wow, that's.
Don't remember that for 1 second. That's just the way I am with a lot of movies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't do those types of movies. I don't do like I feel like our friends used to call it like gore porn.
Yeah.
Things like Hostel, where it's just like shock value in your face, human centipede, shit in a mouth, you know, kind of thing. Like no, I'm good. I don't need that imagery in my head forever. Now I'm going to go lay down for bed and see the human centipede in my brain.
Yeah.
My brain can piece that together on its own. I don't need to actually see it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know if I ever like told a story in this medium before, but I did enjoy the Saw.
Yeah, no, I think we did talk
for
about
a short
like,
moment in
the
time.
first 3 were really good.
The first 2, I think, were really good.
Yeah, first two. 3 is where it started to fall off.
First one was the twist was just so, it was so good. If you haven't seen the first Saw and you don't know what the twist is, do yourself a favor and check it out and don't look up what happens, because when I watched it, I was like, oh my God, what? It was great.
Yeah.
And I think there was a twist in the second one too, but I honestly don't remember because it's been many years since I've watched it.
It was the daughter or the son.
Spoiler alert.
Sorry, the son was locked in the safe in front of the father the entire time.
I thought that the kid being locked in a thing was like the third or fourth one.
The third one was when the daughter was locked away, and like if Jigsaw died, he was the only one that knew the location.
Something like that.
Yeah, but
that one made me feel very yucky.
that one.
I didn't like the way that made me feel.
The second one, I remember it being like, oh, because he was like, well, what did Jigsaw say? He said, like, all you have to do is sit here and listen to me, and then your son
follow my directions.
Follow my directions, do what I say, and your son will be safe. And he's sitting in front of him the entire time. I'm like, whoa,
something like that.
Whoa. So
yeah, no, I did enjoy those. They served a purpose for me too.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't know that I want to sit down and watch them again, even though I had watched them many times. At this point, I don't know. I just don't need that kind of bullshit. I don't need to lay eyes on it because my stupid brain and intrusive thoughts that all of us have from time to time, I don't need that kind of shit in my head. So I don't like scary movies, but I want to. Like I want to be that way.
You want to go to Halloween Horror Nights?
Oh, I can't do that either.
No, we did. We went once.
Been there once.
And you
never
punched a
again.
mannequin.
Yeah, I'll never do that again.
Yeah,
I didn't like it. I think I'd rather be at home and watch a scary.
Would you rather watch a scary movie or go to Halloween Horror Nights? Because at least you get the Halloween Horror Nights, you can go to like rides and stuff. And there's scare zones and there's safe zones, but then the whole point to go on Halloween Horror Nights are the haunted houses or the scare houses.
I feel like, honestly, my gut reaction was to say I'd rather stay home and watch a scary movie.
Because at least if within an hour it's done.
Yeah, but also, now that I'm kind of thinking about it, I wonder if I would rather go to Halloween Horror Nights because I know, that they're
safe.
not supposed to touch me.
Yeah.
I can go somewhere and make it stop. And I also, it's all practical effects, which there's only so much you can do with practical effects. And there's a lot you can do in a movie with movie effects that can be a lot more yucky and chilling. So maybe I would rather go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Because I remember the first time when we went, it was, can't remember what year it was, but like we made it through one. And
like a house,
and then like my brother was like, oh my god, like he's like, hey, I went through the whole thing, and like there's a clown or whatever waiting behind the corner. He's like, oh,
well, because like he was walking out of like the exit.
The exit. It's like, oh, I'm safe.
It's all done.
It's all done. I'm safe. And the guy pops out. And he goes, you're good.
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple type of people that go to Halloween Horror Nights. There's that type of person, like, you got me. That was good job.
Yeah.
And then there's the people like me that they probably prey on.
Yeah.
The one that's like clutching on to whoever's next to them, like boyfriend, husband, friend, whoever.
Yeah.
And like clearly scared. I feel like there's that person that is like, why am I here? But then there's the other people that are jerks, I think. And because it's weird. I feel like the horror genre, like Halloween Horror Nights, in addition to the Halloween or horror movie genre or TV genre, because there's like American Horror Story or whatever. There's always got to be that person that's got to tell you how tough they are because nothing scares me.
Yeah.
I watch all the scary movies and I might as well be watching puppies playing in a fucking field. Shut up. Who cares? Great.
Yeah.
Great. Good for your brain that doesn't scare you. This being scared, that's like an instinctual thing.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. That's
Fear
my fight or
keeps you
flight.
safe sometimes.
So I'm okay with that natural instinct of mine to be spooked, But yeah, and I feel like there's people like that go to Halloween Horror Nights like, nobody even fucking scares me. It's like, okay, why are you here then? Cool story. Why are you at Halloween Horror Nights if it doesn't affect you? So you can flex in front of people? Like, cool.
Yeah.
And then the people, I feel like those types of, because I've seen a lot of people on like Twitter, like, don't touch the scare actors.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with them. Don't, don't harass them. Don't hurt them or anything. Don't put them in danger. They're literally trying to do a job and putting on a show for you, which is mind-boggling to me that's actually something that has to be said.
That's actually something that's been a problem for not just Halloween Horror Nights, but for like
all
parks in general, like people
that's true.
And at Disney, what's his name, Gaston? Like people would like grab him,
feel his muscles, and
feel
stuff?
like not just his muscles. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. Like this, like inappropriate Disney adults, and it's like, come on, man. And
when
the
there's
second
the TikTok people too that want to get the right TikTok. It's funny
because the second that happens, the actor, because they're supposed to like walk the park and be in a certain area for a certain amount of time so people can take pictures with them.
Sure.
The second that happens, they leave.
It just ruins it for everybody else.
It ruins for everybody else, because I remember watching one where all these kids were at Galaxy's Edge. They're all lined up. They're going to meet Rey and Chewie, and she's going to say hi to every one of them. And then some stupid Disney adult comes up and tries to scare Chewie and touches him and goes, ah! And then
I think I saw that.
Yeah.
It was like an older lady.
Yeah, it was an older lady. And then Rey's like, oh, well.
Gotta go. And
they left. And so the kids didn't get to talk to Rey or hug Chewbacca. Like, hugging is fine if the actor prompts you and stuff like that.
Everybody's
but like,
okay with it. It's not like weird and forced.
Yeah, but like when you try to scare Chewie, or like you try to like harass like Gaston or whatever, then it's like, oh, you're just ruining it for people now.
Yeah,
it's dumb.
Sucks.
It's like you think you would know better,
Yeah.
especially if they're adults. If it's a kid, then I can get it. I get it. It's like, oh no, honey, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, well, I mean, unless you're like a teenager, then it's like, you know.
But like little kids, 5, and it's like, oh,
different.
Yeah, but like if you're older than like 15.
If the line between reality and fantasy is no longer blurred for you, and you know better,
yeah.
Like for little kids, they might literally think that that's Rey, and they might literally think that that's Minnie Mouse, you know. But once that magic fades away for you, you should know not to do that.
But you know, Santa Claus ain't real.
Yeah, because you. Oh no! Hopefully nobody's kids are watching this. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But yeah. Once you reach the age where you know that, you know, Jeremy's under that mask for Kylo Ren, don't mess with him, you know? So, but yeah, no, we went to Halloween Horror Nights. We went with a group of friends, like your brother.
My brother, my best friend.
Your best friend Eddie, and
then
a couple of other people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that made it better or worse, because they all knew that I was scared.
Yeah, because they always made you go first into the houses.
Well, yeah, because there was one house that we were going to go into, and they're like, okay, Nikki goes in first. Well, I'm like, oh, cool. And so I started walking in first, and I'm like saying something. I'm like, these bitches aren't even talking to me now. And then like I turn around and you guys weren't there. And you were like getting ready to let me go into this house alone. And you guys are like however many feet or yards back, like, I'm like, fuck you guys. I don't even want to be here.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
Yeah, no. I don't think I'll ever go to Halloween Horror Nights again.
Yeah, it's just not
my thing.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I don't remember.
Some people enjoy that rush of being spooked, scared, and if that's your thing, absolutely knock yourself out. Not my thing.
I remember my high school friends every year went to Hallow Scream.
Oh,
over
the
at
Busch Gardens
one.
Is that like the discount version of Halloween Horror Nights?
Yeah, it's basically a discount version of Halloween Horror Nights because it's in Tampa, so we don't have to drive all the way out to Orlando, and it's like half the price basically. I don't know what it is, how it is now, and I don't even know if they're still doing it because I don't see any advertisement for it anymore. I
think they do.
Maybe because we're all the way here in Orlando and they want to like prioritize the ad revenue.
I thought I saw a couple of our friends post Are you still coughing?
Very little.
I thought that I saw a couple of our friends post a picture from Hallow Scream, but I don't know.
It's
kind of potato when you see a picture. They all kind of look the same, unless you're taking a picture like in front of.
Well, because I know they have themes every year, and I don't know what this year's themes is for either park.
Is it like an overall theme, or like here's the houses we have?
It's an overall theme, and then there are specific houses to that theme. Because I think they always have running things. Because I know how
classic houses, yeah.
Halloween Horror Nights always has the chain gang.
I don't like that.
Yeah, with the chain. So I actually did a wedding video for somebody that worked as a member of the chain gang one time.
No thanks.
So yeah,
don't like that. I don't want somebody chasing me. I mean, I know they are not supposed to touch me and everything, but it's still scary because they get close.
Yeah, they do.
They look scary and mean. I don't really need that in my life.
Yeah.
But I still like the time of year. You can still do happy, spooky things like, I can carve a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, like we did. We go to Pumpkin Patch, get a pumpkin, because we're starting to do all that stuff now.
Yeah.
With our daughter. She's starting to get to that age now where it's like her recall. Yeah. She's got a really wicked memory though too. She's got a very solid memory.
Yeah.
So like
much to our detriment sometimes.
Yeah.
Like remember that popsicle you promised me?
Yeah.
Like 3 days ago?
Yeah. Well, what happened to that? It's like, oh shit. Damn it.
Yeah. I guess I better follow through. I want to teach you integrity and stuff, whatever. So
be an honest person.
I want to be a man of my word. So yeah. I mean there's still other fun, more fallish, happy spooky activities to do.
I remember we were dumb because we went to the pumpkin patch like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then we ended up carving it that day.
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, it's like, well, we got to throw these out.
Well,
that was looking gross.
I think we're kind of dumb.
Yeah.
It's been many,
We're
many
first
years.
time doing this, so.
Well, we haven't carved a pumpkin since we lived in that one house, that last house.
Oh,
with
yeah,
all of
with our roommates, yeah.
And that was
God, that was
a while ago.
plus years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Between 5 and 10 years ago, but closer to 10.
Closer to 10 now.
And we carved pumpkins then too for fun. I don't know, because like I saw a TikTok from this lady. I follow this lady. Her name is Brunch with Babs. Like that's her handle or whatever. And she's like this older lady, and she's got very much grandma vibes. And she's always
like preschool teacher.
Well, she's mostly got grandma vibes.
Yeah.
And so her whole shtick is usually she'll start the video with like, "Did your mother tell you?" And then like teach her to make a fucking casserole or something. "Did your mom tell you how to clean out your laundry filter, your dishwasher filter?" And sometimes it just makes me feel guilty because I'm like, I don't know how to do that, and I'm sure my mom did tell me. But she was like, Babs was like, "Did your mother ever tell you how to carve a pumpkin?"
Stop right there, Babs.
And I'm like, yeah, we definitely carved pumpkins, but I don't remember because I can't even remember the last time I was a child, the last time I carved a pumpkin with my mom.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So, and then Babs did this whole thing where she was like, "Don't cut the top out of your pumpkin. Cut the bottom out. Only cut the top out if you're serving drinks in your pumpkin." I'm like, damn, Babs. And so she cuts out the bottom of the pumpkin, leaves the top intact, and then she flips it over and then uses an electric mixer like that you would use to make cookies or cakes or something. And she uses that and she gives it a whirl all around the inside of the pumpkin to break up all the stringy shit in there. And she's like, "Oh, there you go. The hard work's done. Now you just use a scooper and get out all your goopers," you know? And so then she scoops it all out. The inside of your pumpkin's all clean. And then all you have to do is light a match and then place your pumpkin, a candle. And then place your pumpkin over the candle. And there you go. And you can sprinkle cinnamon in the top inside of your pumpkin if you wanted to even smell, folly or whatever. But the thing that she said that I was like, shit, should we have done this? Was she was like, well, if you want clean lines for your pumpkin face, just use cookie cutters and a rubber mallet. And then, use those to make your shapes so you're not, freaking out with a knife, almost cutting yourself. And then she said to rub Vaseline on the insides of the cut surfaces.
Yeah, so it stays moist. Ugh.
So I'm wondering if we should have done that because our mold definitely had cotton candy looking mold.
Yeah.
After only a couple days.
Yeah.
Spooky, sure, but also not sanitary.
I picked because we had a big one, then we had a small one. I picked the small one up. I was like, we really should throw this away. And my fingers went I'm like, oh,
yucky.
Gross. So yeah, we had to throw those away.
Yeah.
It was we were dumb and did it like the day we got the pumpkins.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't want to go the week of Halloween, and like
I think it would have been mayhem.
It would have been mayhem. Yeah.
And also because I know a lot of people usually carve their pumpkins and put them outside.
Yeah.
But I feel like in humidity, that pumpkin's it's going to do the same shit outside that it's doing inside.
Well,
maybe even faster.
Yeah.
Because it's hot and wet outside. At least we have, air conditioning inside. I don't know. Maybe we should have seen that Babs TikTok a little earlier and rubbed Vaseline on the inside.
Well, we'll be more equipped for next year.
Yeah. But I did while you were planning and carving the pumpkin with the little one. I was over. I baked the pumpkin seeds. That was fun.
Yeah,
hadn't had a pumpkin seed in many years either.
We mowed through those.
We have a tiny bit.
Yeah, because I remember we looked at it. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna eat all those.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot.
Yeah, but then sitting gaming, I'm like, I just popped a couple in my mouth.
It's a good thing. Just it's not really super bad for you. It's just one thing that blew my mind was I did not realize until this year from you that people eat the shell.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Yeah.
In all my days.
It's just like a lot of work to get the seed out of it.
And it's a very small seed. So it's like, is this worth the effort?
Yeah, it's a lot like sunflower seeds, but sunflower seeds are easier to get out because the shape of it is more, it's easier to get it out because like sunflower seeds they're flat. And if you don't get it right, and it's like, well.
Pumpkin seeds are flat.
Yeah, pumpkin seeds. Like you go and you don't get the thing open right. It's like, oh, well, that one's gone. Might as well just chew on it and eat the entire thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could.
Yeah.
And I tried it and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'm not excited about it, but I'll do it. And when we were snacking on them, if I didn't feel like making the effort, I was like, whatever, like the whole thing. But, you know, there were some times that I still cracked them open and discarded the shell.
Because we were gaming, I'm like, all right, we have like 30 seconds until the game starts, and I'll do that, and then I'll run. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah. No, I didn't realize that you could do that.
Yeah.
Because I know there are a lot of things out there, you know, fruits, vegetables, and crap like that, seeds that you can eat, you know, a part that you traditionally don't think you would.
Yeah.
Like shrimp.
Yeah, that I don't do.
Once upon a time, we haven't talked to him like since college, but we had a friend who he ate it
wasn't shrimp, it was crawfish.
Shrimp too.
Yeah, shrimp too, he did that.
Because he would make us those Vietnamese spring rolls.
Yeah.
Shells and all. And I'm like, oh no.
Oof.
Did you? I feel like
Asian.
I feel like I pointed at him like, did you guys see that? He just ate the whole shell. Did you know you did that? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, just making sure. Making sure everything's cool here. But yeah, no.
The head too, like, oh, that's extreme.
Can't do that.
No.
Not for me. But if it's for you, it's very not wasteful. It's the opposite. So good for you. I would personally take those shells and like make a stock out of them and boil them or something.
I do want to try that for shrimp fried rice. Take
good.
my rice to the next level.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, didn't know you could eat pumpkin seeds the whole way.
Yeah.
Did you go to Halloween parties in your youth?
In my youth, no.
Like high school, middle school?
Andrew didn't get invited. High school Andrew didn't get invited to many, if any, high school parties ever.
You know what? Me too.
Yeah.
High school. I did not. I didn't even know people partied in high school.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get invited to those kinds of parties.
Yeah. The only parties I went to in high school were Taekwondo parties. Like I've told this story before. If like go back and like I maybe bump into high school friends every once in a while, but that's even rare nowadays. I still keep in touch with all my Taekwondo friends. Like we're so close. So
yeah. No,
those are the friends that like now that I look back on it, it's like, oh, I didn't go to high school parties that I had my Taekwondo friends. It's like, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh, I don't. I could count on one hand, less than one hand, the number of people I'd be happy to run into.
Yeah.
The rest of them don't give a shit. And I went to a very small school. I went to a school where my graduating class was like 82 or 83 people.
Really? I thought it was like 45.
No, in my brain, I'm pretty sure it was like 82.
I could have sworn you told me that it was no more than 50 graduating students in your graduating class.
Now I'm questioning everything.
You said it was tiny.
Maybe it was 62.
Something like that.
I remember it was like a multiple of 10 plus like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 62, not 82.
Yeah.
It was either 62 or 82.
Yeah.
that was how many that was in my graduating class.
You had your graduation in the auditorium at your high school, right?
Yeah.
We had to go to because every school in the Tampa area would go to, well, public school at least, would go to the USF like basketball arena.
Damn.
Because my graduating class is 400 students.
Ew.
So we all had to fit in.
I went to private school.
Yeah.
So, small class, small school, small class. No, high school, I didn't get invited to many parties.
Yeah,
and by many, I mean like any.
Same.
You know, there was once upon a time, probably in like junior high, because I don't remember it. I feel like it kind of just tattered off. Either they kind of stopped, or I stopped getting the invite in high school. But I remember in like middle school, junior high, there. And keep in mind, because I went to private school. I went to school with a bunch of hoity-toity fucking, my mom's a lawyer and my dad's a cardiac surgeon. You know, we have more money than we know what to do with it. And then I was there. Hey guys, I don't know what I'm doing here either. But there was this one family who I believe the father quite literally invented a technique used in cardiac surgeries that is still used to this day. So what I'm trying to say is they're really fucking rich. And they had this huge mansion, is definitely an appropriate word for it. And this family had a Halloween party every year. And like all of us were always invited because one of the son was in my grade. The daughter was in my brother's grade, 2 grades above me.
Both, yeah.
I think there was only 2 of them, the boy and the girl. So I feel like they would invite all of my grade and all of his grade, and then maybe the grade in between because they were. So, you know, I feel like they probably invited those grades.
Yeah.
And it was like mansion, and they had to have hired people to decorate this house.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I remember you telling me the story, and it's like,
I wish I had pictures.
There's no way people that rich would decorate it themselves. I imagine this is the family where when Christmas rolls around, they have professional Christmas tree decorators
Probably.
and house decorators and just do it every year for you. I would do that if I had the money for it.
I wish I remembered how many bedrooms this house was, but it was a lot. It was enough bedrooms to where when you would walk around, they would decorate every single room. And like if there was a room, like a family room, one of the family rooms that they didn't want us to go in for some reason, they would decorate it like a murder scene and have caution tape, across it. So it would be like, do not enter. So it was like a fun way to be like, don't go in this room, and everything was like decorated to the nines. And they had like a grotto type pool outside and
the waterfall and a slide.
I think there was a waterfall. And I was like, wow. And I went to that party. I feel like it was a good couple of years that party. Either, like I said, either they stopped or I didn't get the invite. Because these two kids, I don't think he was in my graduating class. I think he transferred to another school. So maybe he took the party with him. But it was a good time. It was a good time. But then again, I was like 13. So it wasn't like a party. It was just like a bunch of kids getting together like, look at my costume,
Yeah, the Halloween parties that I've been to are only ones we went to together during college.
Now those were some good parties.
Those were some great parties.
Those were some great parties.
Yeah.
I also wish that I was better at Halloween with costumes because I'm the type of person that I love to dress up as stuff because it's fun, but I don't love putting in the effort.
That's what I love doing. That's what
I don't know.
I think that's probably like to my own detriment, like making costumes. I always try to make it as good as possible.
Nah.
Like, yeah.
No. So like usually my costumes were, my goal was always I don't want to have to go out and buy things
that you're not going to use
for an outfit I'm going to wear one time, maybe. Like I said in the last podcast, I like to be frugal and I don't like to buy something that I'm going to use once and then because you're not going to dress up as the same thing twice in a row, 2 years in a row. Unless you buy something that's versatile and can be used in different ways. Well, that's another story. But usually I try to do things that it's like, well, what do I already have around here that I can use? Yeah. These are Andrew's socks that I cut up.
That I never wear anymore. So it's like, go ahead.
I'm like, whatever. I'm like the great value discount version of the costume. Gets the job done. Yeah. You know what it is when you look at it and that's all you really need. But what was your, like in our college years of the years of a party every fucking weekend, those types of days, what was like your favorite Halloween costume?
Favorite Halloween costume? Ooh, can't remember. I remember dressing up as Solid Snake one year. That was a lot of fun.
That was at King's house,
I think that was awesome because I came in walked into the door in a box. They're like, who is this? And I
Who's
come
this
out.
Idiot?
I'm like, oh. Yeah, that was a pretty good costume. That
was fun.
I remember one year I had a really intricate costume and I ended up shedding it throughout the night. And it's like I was supposed to be like a super nerd. I had like a Boba Fett helmet, a Superman shirt with a cape, a Captain America shield.
Wow, I forgot about that.
And something else.
Was that the year your brother came?
No. That was, what was I that year? I can't remember. But yeah, like I had all this stuff. I ended up losing the helmet because I couldn't hear anybody.
I'm trying to think of which party that was.
That was the one we went to Sherman and Mondays that one year.
Oh, wow.
But I had all that stuff. I ended up losing the helmet because I couldn't hear anybody. The shield was just getting too heavy, so I put it down. And it ended just being, I'm just Superman. Discount Superman. That's all I ended up being because I ended up with just the shirt and the cape. So
wow. The crazy thing is usually for like Halloween costumes, when I'm like thinking about a Halloween party, I remember the party and how it went by remembering what people were. I can't even remember what I was that year.
I don't know. Were you No, that was the year I was paparazzi.
Paparazzi?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I had a wedding. And afterwards, we met up at.
Oh, you can't. You after the fact try to dress up in your X-wing outfit.
Was that year?
I think so.
No, the year I was my Mark 1 resistance pilot was the year you were the basic witch.
My favorite costume of all time.
that was great.
I thought that was the year that you were late. Maybe not.
Yes. No, I was late to that one. But then there's another year where I had another wedding on Halloween, and you guys went to one party and then ended up at another one. I met you at the second one, and that's the year I was paparazzi.
Wow, don't remember that. I remember that we went as dominoes.
Yeah, that was one year where we had a couple's. Yeah, that was the most simple costume ever. Black shirt, black pants, and then dots on us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that basic. I didn't. It wasn't my idea. I saw it somewhere, but talk about the epitome of an outfit where you don't have to put much any effort into like getting new stuff. You're just kind of piecing together things that you already have. I saw somebody somewhere be like, oh, because everybody talks about like the basic bitch, around this time of year. It's like, I like to have my pumpkin spice lattes, that type of stereotype. But they're like, oh, for Halloween, make it a basic witch and drink a pumpkin spice latte but put a witch hat on. And I was like, yeah, that's my shit. That's my kind of lowbrow kind of thing that I can put together. But the thing is, I don't think I ever got the witch hat, or if I did,
no, you did, you ditched it.
I just ditched it, and I was like, that's lame. So I just went as a basic bitch that year, and it was my most favorite Halloween costume I've ever done.
It was the commitment that made the costume.
Yes. I wore skinny jeans. I think I just wore like a tank or like a spaghetti strap, one of these type of shirts. And then I had this like flowy cardigan type, very thin flowy cardigan that I actually do really love. Yeah. And I wore that over it.
A lot of accessories.
And like it was like a white tank underneath the cardigan. And then lots of
bracelets.
Lots
rings.
of bracelets. I think I wore a big necklace. I borrowed a pair of Uggs from my girlfriend. Because that's part of the that's part of the
uniform.
So I wore a pair of Uggs. I straightened the hell out of my hair. I put on more makeup than I had ever worn because I did not really wear a lot of makeup at that point. So I think I wore, in that one night, I think I wore more makeup than I'd worn in the entire year. Rest of the entire year put together. I put on a shit ton of makeup. Was there anything? Earlier on in that day, also, like we said last time, that we're not really Starbucks people. Yeah, no. But early that day, I went to Starbucks. And like we also said, I don't know the words at Starbucks because we don't go there. So I went to a Starbucks early that day and I was like, I don't know what it's called, but can you give me whatever your biggest cup is? I just want like, I think I got like a Frappuccino because like I'm not a big coffee drinker, but when I do, it's like iced coffee or like blended coffee, like a smoothie basically. So I was like, give me a frap. That's because a frap is a blended thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm like, give me a frap in whatever your biggest size cup is. And they're like, that'll be a venti mochaccino.
And I do remember you saying you ended up, can you write this name on the cup?
I said
some like really basic name. Or like,
I did.
It was like, or was it like, I want Nicki but with 2 Ks because you don't spell it with 2 Ks.
No, I think it was a totally different name.
Really? I remember that was like a great detail that you're like, I don't want my own name.
Yeah, don't write. They were like, what's your name? And I'm like, I don't remember what name I put on it because I was like, oh, we're going to a party with people that we don't know. I don't want to offend somebody and pick their name as a name that I'm making fun of. Like, imagine if I was like, right, Jessica. And then like there's 10 Jessicas at the party and now they all think I'm an asshole. So I think I did put a different name that wasn't Nicki, but I don't remember what it was. But I did ask them to write some like ridiculous name that's spelled ridiculously, with all the extra letters that people tend to put in, And I also don't want to say a name because heaven forbid someone. I forget what name it was, but it was something.
I do remember it being like really long.
I was like, can you just write it really big and spell it like this? And so throughout the day, I drank that coffee. And then when we got to the party, instead of using their solo cups or whatever, I just kept on filling up my venti grande. And it was great.
Yeah, I remember showing up to this party late and you were
I'd already had a couple venties.
Yeah. you were very saucy.
But the because you can have a dish that's good, but once you put the garnishes and the seasoning on it, that's when it gets real good. So
that good.
That good. So the extra spices and garnishes that I put on top of this very basic, no pun intended, outfit was that I acted like an asshole all night. And I kind of talked in this voice. Not like super overly exaggerated, but kind of like this all night.
Talking about politics.
And I brought up the most inflammatory topics that you could possibly bring up. And I brought up politics whenever I could. And whatever I thought that their politics were, I went hard in the other direction. I talked about global warming and like how this actually has oat milk in it because I like to not contribute to global warming. And I think that you having dairy is really a problem. And I would like say this dumb shit. And I feel like there was there an election that year? I don't know. But I was talking about dumb shit. And it was enough to where, and this was the kind of party, because most of our times having parties,
we knew almost everybody.
It was always our friend circle.
Yeah.
And maybe there was one or two offer outside people that came in.
Yeah.
But this was a party hosted by people that we were kind of friends of friends. And so it wasn't home court advantage for us. Yeah. It was their friend circle. And then we got invited by association. So I would say this party, 75 to 80% of the people I did not know.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to these people. And I remember actually being in a conversation with somebody, and I think I was talking about, and I told a lot of people, like, read a book, educate yourself. And like, I'd said something in this one conversation to the point where I actually made a guy walk away from the conversation. And as he walked away, he said something to one of his other friends, like, who the fuck is this bitch? Like, who is this? And I was like,
commitment.
Yes.
to the outfit.
I wish I remember what year it was because I feel whatever year this was, it was the year that Despacito was a big thing on the radio. And it was like a meme at that point kind of thing, to where everyone was like, oh my God, this stupid song. And this was also the kind of party that they always invite. I think one of their friends is a DJ. Or they invite a DJ.
Or they hired a DJ for, that's the level they went to. For
they would hire a DJ and they would just turn their living room into like, this is where the DJ is. And if you want to dance, here you go.
Yeah.
And if nobody's dancing, at least the DJ's playing music. And at one point in the night, I think you had been there at this point.
Yeah.
The DJ was like, anybody got any requests? And I'm like, yep. And I went up to him. I'm like, can you play Despacito? And he's like, don't make me do this. And I'm like, you got it. And I think it was that song. Yeah. And I just remember I was the only person dancing and I was screaming the words along to it. And as he started playing it, the DJ's like, hey, everybody, I'm really sorry about this in advance, but this is for that bitch right there. And he starts playing the song. It was a great time. It was a really good night. It was a really great night. I think I loved how low effort it was. Yeah. But a lot of bang for my buck. Because it was $0. It was the cost of a tall, venti frap. So that was as much as this outfit cost me. That was a good time. Yeah. Oh, man. I do remember showing up to that. And people, like, our friends were like, yo, Nicki is just like on another level right now. She's having a great time. Yeah. She's actually upsetting a couple of people. I'm like, wow, that's new for her. That's Hollywood, baby. That's showbiz, you know? That's how Halloween's supposed to work. Yeah. You're not supposed to be you. And you're supposed to be somebody else. Yeah. And now we're in the era of like, going back to trick-or-treating, because I don't remember the last time I went trick-or-treating at all. Yeah, I don't remember what age I stopped. I think I stopped around like 15. Something like that. Seems about right. Somewhere around there is when I stopped going trick-or-treating. I don't remember if I went trick-or-treating in high school. But I feel like that's a pretty good guess. At all, but like now we're 13 kind of 15. Yeah. I want to get into the mode of like that one episode of The League, combining Halloweens, going trick-or-treating with the drink cart. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to get to. Well, that's what we're getting to. We're getting to that. Because like we're going to go trick-or-treating in our friend's neighborhood. And it's going to be... Because, we could stay in our neighborhood, but she's only got like one, maybe two friends in this neighborhood. Yeah. which is fine. We love them and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go to our friend's house in this other neighborhood, there's going to be a whole group of kids that she knows, and we're friends with, and we're
friends with
all the parents.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's pretty much just going to be like kid Halloween blended beautifully with adult Halloween.
Just fill this one up like, yeah, get daddy a Butterfinger.
I mean, it's responsible because we still have children around.
Yeah.
And they're ours, so we got to watch them or whatever. But but yeah, I'm hoping she does some good. I hope she gets a good haul.
Yeah.
Because we always take the mommy daddy tax.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't
hoping
need that.
she gets
you don't need that. You don't need that.
Yeah. Have you seen that trend on TikTok where people are like, are you checking your kids' candy? And like they'll cut open a Snickers bar or something, and then they'll like have a clever cut or something, and they'll like pull a whole ass knife out of the bar.
No.
Yeah. Like I just recently saw one where they're like, are you checking your kids' candy? And they cut into whatever kind of candy bar it was, and they pull out a piece of paper and it's like, look at this. And they unfold it and it's like, we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. So that's another trend I've been seeing on TikTok for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited. It'll be a good time.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Just hoping we don't get home too late.
Yeah. I mean, because the group that they're with, she's like probably
one of the younger ones.
There are a couple ones that are her age, and then obviously the parents that have multiple kids still have the younger ones. But like, yeah, they're doing Halloween for the older kids, and we're just kind of tagging along.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be fun.
It's a good time.
It's a good time. I just don't want to get home too super late, and I don't want to be sweating my balls off like I am right now because this is what I'm wearing.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's October 31st. You would think it would be like a couple degrees cooler.
It's Florida.
But my phone yesterday was like, hey, tomorrow it's going to be this temperature, 5 degrees warmer than today. I'm like, mother, why? It's October, late. Today is the last day of October and we're still sweating.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
But yeah, I think we'll go ahead and wrap up here. So happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Check your candy. You don't want to get knives in your Kit Kats.
You don't want to get full-size kitchen knives in your... I mean, do actually.
Yeah, do check your kids' candy and stuff.
Just be aware because people suck.
Yeah.
And I don't know if people actually do shit like that anymore.
I don't know. I haven't heard any thing like that in
I guess
long time. Yeah.
I guess the big thing is just check the integrity of the packaging.
Yeah.
If there's a rip in it, maybe don't eat that one. Yeah. Because people are crazy. Yeah. And if they're crazy enough, they'll probably get a movie made about them at some point that gets released around October.
Circling it back to the beginning of their conversation.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, so we'll go and wrap up here. Nicki Ahsoka wearing Dimalanta.
Great value Ahsoka.
Great value Ahsoka. Where can they find you online?
Find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can find me wearing this outfit very, very often on TikTok and Instagram at Rogue Leader Drew. If you're listening to us on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us.
Yeah, and if you're watching on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner, seeing we do things on the YouTube.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of the RAD Cast. We'll see you guys next time.